Hi everyone! Thanks for coming back for a part 2 to this sweet yeast dough video I made. With this video, I would like to show you how to make delicious cinnamon rolls. I will also put together a full video with both the sweet yeast dough and the cinnamon rolls combined in the near future, but let's get started. Since the dough is already prepared, now it is time to roll it out. I always use a little flour on the tabletop and my hands to avoid it from sticking. Try not to use too much extra flour though, as it can cause the dough to be dry and dense when baked. When rolling out the dough, I would like it to take somewhat of a square or rectangular-like shape, so I roll in the alternating corners to stretch it out until the dough is approximately a centimeter thick. Once you've achieved the square-like shape, it is time to add the filling. You will need soft butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon. I will be using this soft rubber brush to cover the dough in butter before adding the rest. If you don't have a baking brush of sorts at home, you can also use a spatula. It is important that the butter is really soft, otherwise it is too hard and you are at risk of ripping holes into your dough while spreading. Once you have finished covering the dough in butter, it is now time to add the brown sugar. I like to spread it on with my hands, leaving no spot untouched. And lastly, now it's time to add a generous amount of cinnamon. You could also mix the butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon together into a spread, but I like to add each ingredient individually so I have more control about how much I am using of each without having too much or too little. When rolling it up, I first start by pinching over the edge before rolling the mass of dough over. This will help you start a clean roll. When cutting up the roll, I avoid using a knife as it tends to smush the dough together. I find to get the cleanest cut, you will need a piece of string or unflavored dental floss. With the string, I also mark where I will cut so I get an even size every time. If you have a little extra time, you could set these aside in a warm spot to rise one more time before putting them in the oven. I did for about 10 more minutes while the oven was preheating to 175 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. You will bake these about 20 minutes or so until they are lightly golden brown on top. For the frosting on top, you will need about 350 grams powdered sugar, 175 grams Philadelphia cream cheese, yes, I do favor this brand as it tastes the best, 42 grams of butter, which is approximately 3 tablespoons, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. The cream cheese frosting that I use for the cinnamon rolls is a little different than the one that I use for the red velvet cupcakes. It is not as thick and more melty over the top of the rolls. The full recipe for the cinnamon rolls you can find in the caption below this video, along with the link to the sweet yeast dough recipe. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Nina Bakes for more easy and delicious recipes. Until next time!